Tiffany, I spoke with a historian from Jamestown earlier today who says 1 year ago he discovered that during the colonial period there was a higher African and Native American population in Jamestown. What he found in his research afterwards has stunned that community.
With Juneteenth just days away, one Rhode Island community is making amends for its town's history. 20 years ago, Peter Fay, a public historian, moved to Jamestown, fascinated by its colonial history. Fay noticed that about 1/3 of the town's population was African or Native American during this era.
What happened over the colonial period? Where did all the people of color go? And no one seemed to have an explanation. They couldn't explain why there was such a high proportion.
Upon further research of town archives, Fay discovered dozens of slave trade records. One of those records described a wealthy, elderly woman, indebted to the town and unable to pay her debts. The town council began to liquidate her property.
And of course, one of the way you do that is you sell property, including her 6 slaves. So this is the only town I found where the government gets involved in buying and selling.
The Martins, a family of 7, were separated and sold by the town in 1791, making Jamestown the only town in Rhode Island's history to have their local government involved in the slave trade. Fay notified the current town council, showing slave documents and rocking their current town council.
It was shock. The reaction was shock and disgust and anger. So we often see ourselves with rose-colored glasses.
While the slave population in Rhode Island reached up to 10% at its peak, ultimately being outlawed in 1842, Fay said that often people don't realize it's a part of the ocean state's fabric.
Every single day and throughout this period, people are being bought and sold. It is behind every street and corner, on every field in Rhode Island, in Jamestown. It is despicable, and it's sad, and it's tragic. The culture of America that has to be looked straight in the face and acknowledged.
On Monday, the Jamestown Town Council passed a resolution unanimously that includes the raising of the Juneteenth flag this Sunday and offering scholarships in the future to atone for the past. In the newsroom, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.